I love this.
You're guys, please. Come on. Little louder. Come on, yeah.
Welcome our RI President, Jennifer Jones, to Nepal. We welcome you, ma'am. Please give us a hand.
Our President, Jennifer Jones, Rotary Director, Drew, our past District Governor, Master Bolenji, District Governor, Brian Dojoji, and today's stars who have been waiting for so many time are D.R. Lassan, incoming D.R. Roshan, D.R. Dipin, all our Rotaract friends, interactors, Rotarians. All good morning. It's always a privilege and honor to speak in presence of our President, our Director. Such honors you hardly get many times, and I'm really fortunate. Thanks to all our leaders here. Friends, we are always first on many things. Today also is the first program we have organized in the presence of our President Jennifer, our Director Drew, for the specific Rotaract and interactors to interact, take the opportunity, listen to the leaders so that they can be more motivated. We have been doing a lot of work together. As it says morning show today, when I came to know that our Jennifer appointed Rotaract in her team, we started appointing one past president of Rotaract Club of Gandhiki Medical College as my assistant secretary, whom I think we have met in Houston. I have kept in all my committees, Rotaractors, interactors. In fact, in my district team, every day we have two interactors supporting us in IT, in sending emails, doing lots of work. And also they are helping me in getting my targets fulfilled. We have been encouraging our Rotaractors to motivate younger girls wherever they go to attend the school so that we'll have more literate people. And for information, in our district we have only 22% Rotarians as females, whereas in Rotaractors it's almost 50%. So they have been very active, very proactive. So today you are here to listen to our leader, so I will not take much time. I'm sure you'll have a great time. Just remember, we have a slogan like in our theme, Imagine Rotary. We have a slogan which goes like, together for a better world. So let's all work together, Rotary, interactive Rotarians, for a better world. And in myself, let's listen to our top leaders for their views, so that we can go back, all encouraged, energized to work for the next 7 months, imagining Rotary and achieving our dreams. Thank you. Very good.
It's there for generations to come. That Rotary is there for my children, for your children, and their children. And that's only going to happen if we can reimagine how we practice our Rotary in all the different regions of the world. Because what's relevant to you might be different than what was relevant to our parents and to their parents. And we have to reimagine what Rotary can be. But what we don't have to reimagine is the power of this organization. See, the ability to be part of this organization, to be one person, but to have the breadth and the strength of 1.4 million colleagues with you to do amazing things. There's no idea that you can have that's too big for this organization. There was one person in the Philippines in 1978 who saw a problem. He saw the children of his country dying of polio. He stood up and said, we need to end this. And because of that one individual, we're this close from eradicating polio. And there are countless stories throughout the years of 117 years of our organization that just those things have happened, where Rotarians and Rotaractors, just like you and me, had a thought and a vision, and the world has completely changed. I ask you to think, and think big, on what we could do and how we do Rotary, and what we can do and how we can change the world. As it was noted before, we struggle having interactors become Rotaractors, and having Rotaractors become Rotarians. This is on you. You have an opportunity in front of you. Right now as Rotaractors, you could be both a Rotaractor and a Rotarian. But there's going to come a point, a transition in your life where you're going to have to make a decision. Do you stay with Rotary or do you not? Rotary has changed my life. I've been in Rotary for 21 years. I joined at the age of 20. My life would be completely different if it wasn't for this organization. This organization has touched every facet. It's touched my personal life with my wife and my children. I have 5 children. It's helped me with my work. It's opened doors for me that otherwise I would have never been able to have open. And there's no matter what I could possibly give back to this organization, I will always take so much more. And you all have this opportunity. So I ask you, not only for you to make the transition eventually, if you're not already, to become a Rotarian, but you ask your colleagues, your partners, your friends to join you on this journey. Because if they share the same ideals as you and I, they belong with us. Because if they're with us, we're stronger. And the more hands we have, the more good work we can do in our world. So with that, I said I started with a thank you. I will conclude with a thank you. Thank you for all that you've done in the name of Rotary. Thank you for all that you're currently doing in Rotary. And most importantly, thank you for all that you're going to do in Rotary. Namaste.
Sir, Honorable RI President Jennifer Jones ma'am, Honorable RI Director Drew sir, our very own dynamic leader, District Governor Jitendra Bahadur Rotary sir, Council of Governors, District guests, Rotary District officials, my dear fellow Rotaractors and Interactors. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to the country of hope and opportunities, Nepal. It is an honor to be representing Rotary International District 3292, Nepal, and sharing a few words on behalf of 6,000 Rotaractors here today. Today's interaction with Rotary International President Jennifer Jones holds of significance for us Rotaractors. I am personally indebted as a DRR. I feel extremely fortunate to speak in the presence of Honorable RI President Jennifer Jones ma'am, the President who loves and understood Rotaractors. Like anyone before, is here to us, talk to us, inspire us. What could be more fortunate for us Rotaractors than your gracious presence, ma'am? Thank you for making this possible, ma'am. Thank you for bringing Rotaract and Rotary together in same space, ma'am. Thank you for recognizing the Rotaract and Rotary together in same space. Rotaract movement is on prioritizing Rotaract in RI committee also. The Rotaract family is truly humbled to be working under your leadership in Imagine Rotary, ma'am. So once again, thank you, ma'am. The Rotaract movement is started here in Nepal 31 years back here in Nepal. With the establishment of Rotaract of Brigades, it's been 15 years in here, District 3290 established under the leadership of PDR Rajan Priya. Since then, RI District 3292 is always strive to contribute best in the Rotary International. Its district leadership has created new milestones in establishing the Rotaract movement throughout the district. We started this year journey with all the members of Rotary family worldwide 1st July. And by the 30 November 2020-22, we have chartered 6 new Rotaract clubs. We have 3 clubs more than 100 club members. We have conducted more than 20 district events, including the Ultimate Rotaract Felicitation Program that was recently organized in Goa. We have participated more than 69 members from here. In the short span of this 50 days, the clubs in 3292 have completed 2,260 projects. I am in the district grateful to stating here that we have been conducting 15 projects per day. The Rotaractors have been spent 42,940 hours inspiring, empowering and transforming society. More than 15 million rupees have been paid for the service projects. Today, as I stand in front of the RI President Jennifer Ma'am and the Rotary family as a DRR of RID 3292, I am extremely humbled to share that for the 5 months, we Rotaractors have been acting to make our dreams come true while also inspiring, empowering and transforming ourselves and people around us. The RI district is a reflection of our country itself. The cohesion and bond of Rotaracts from diverse cultural and ethnic backgrounds are perhaps one of the most beautiful aspects of Rotaract journey here. So what's more inspiring is to see 43% of active female member Rotaractors throughout the district striving towards their goals and defining leadership in and beyond the Rotaract. This year, towards their goal, this year we have 38% female member, 38% female club leaders president, creating a benchmark for their leadership role in the beyond the Rotary and Rotaract category. I, as a DRR, feel pleased to have dynamic and hardworking leaders in the district team also. What excites me about their dedication and exemplary leadership of our female leaders in the team. It's been fun, experience, learning, and being inspired by these female leaders also. So who covered 30% of district team. So in our country, where women still struggle to participate in leadership roles.
District Governor Rotary Raj Bhandari sir, Council of Governors, honorary guests, incredible Rotarians, Rotaractors and my fellow interactors. I am delighted to thank the presence of the personality among us that hardly needs an introduction. Rotary International President for Rotary 2020-23, Rotarian Jennifer Jones. I can't stress enough on how valuable and encouraging your presence is to every one of us. I feel privileged to be a part of this event and stand here where my mentors had once stood. It is indeed a great pleasure seeing you all here for Rotaract Interact Meet with RI President. Being an interactor who has spent more than 6 years at this nurturing organization, I feel nothing but proud to share the growth I have seen in myself, my friends, and the organization itself. It has been more than 11 years since the establishment of Interact District 3292, Nepal and Bhutan. From a single initiative to now being home to over 144 Interact clubs, from a group of kids to now a family of 3,400 plus interactors. witnessing growth since I can remember to be on Interact. It fills my heart with gratitude towards each PDIR, Rotarians, Interactors, and individuals for bringing in the district as it is now. Grown in all dimensions with broadened horizons and expanded visions. I remember my very first training when entering Interact, where the first thing I heard about Rotary was, Rotary is our guardian. And today, after all of the things I have known about Rotary, I still intend to stick with that first. Whether it's a tiny step or a big leap we courageously attempt, it wouldn't have been conceivable without the support from Rotary. Interact District 3292 is diverse too. It's a matter of fact to present that 50.3% of presidents here are female. Also, 34% of district officials are also female in Interact District 3292. With the presidential theme for Rotary year 2022-23, Imagine Rotary, Jennifer urged people to dream big and harness their connections and the power of Rotary to turn those dreams into reality. And with the Interact District 3292's theme for Rotary year 2020-23, Explore Yourself, we portray the power of self-discovery, the power of being a better version of yourself, and the power in the depth of our ocean waiting to be discovered. Well, I actually found a better way to frame that. How about imagining Rotary by exploring ourselves? It's a matter of fact and a matter of pride that in this 5 months we have been able to charter with the help of Rotary 4 new Interact clubs. And for the other display, I would like to request Mahistai for the presentation. So here are some glimpses of our district events. Please. Firstly, we did training of trainers. We provide the President Secretary meet in Kathmandu with the presence of District Governor Jitan Raj Bhandari as chief guest in the event. Likewise, we conducted the district sports meet and zonal exchange in Pokhara with more than 270 interactors bringing together in Pokhara and enjoying in the grand stadium of Pokhara Rangasala. After that, recently, 3 days back, we completed our zonal leadership training seminar where we were able to train more than 1,000 interactors all over the nation. We reached the venue like Dang, Dhangadi, we reached all the areas and we train our interactors. And in the occasion of World Interact Week, there are 7 areas of focus. So in that 7 days, we just combine the 7 areas of focus that is to be done in those 7 days. And 65 clubs were actively participating in these events to do the events in the World Interact Week. So please next. And this was some glimpse of zonal leadership training seminar. Now our upcoming goals and events to be done. So Learning Phase 3.0, where we will encourage our interactors to learn something new. Initializing this from back then 2019-20. We have been doing this continuously, and we will bring all the trainers, respected trainers, to train our interactors in this event. Likewise, nationwide Rota quiz. To strengthen the knowledge about the Rotary, Rotaract and Interact movement, we yearly conduct the Rota quiz, nationwide Rota quiz. And the very good fact is we conduct our final in our district conference. Likewise, talking about the zonal events that we are going to conduct is zonal conference, zonal assembly, adventure Rota camp, and also the zonal award ceremonies in all the zones. And as our greatest festival of Interact, we will also be conducting the Interact District Conference in mid-June. Talking about the awards that Interact District has won internationally, is that we have won 3 international video awards and consecutively 2 Interact video awards in 2020 and 21 for the consecutive 2 years. And now we are planning to go to a hat-trick and to win the video awards consecutively for 3 times. Also, in this 5 months, it's a matter of pride to share with you all that we have been able to revive more than 15 clubs in our district. And giving all those trainings about Interact, 15, and we are expecting to make that one term 15 to 25, so that the next year there won't be the term of reviving that all the clubs will be active in our district. We also announced the National Video Awards this time, which deadline is April 30, 2023 on the theme of environment, providing the awards in the two categories, Viewers' Choice Awards and the video that is to be judged by judges. Next thing, we also have planned for the better brand representation of Interact. For that, we have planned to initialize the event named One Club, One Bin, so that we will be able to do 3 events at once. So that is, in this event, all the clubs will put at least 1 dustbin in their locality, where they will put down the stickers of Interact in that dustbin, so that all the people, local people of that community will know about the Interact and saying that yes, that dustbin is placed by Interactors, and our name and our brand will be represented in local communities too. Next thing, district as well as all the clubs, we are encouraging everyone for their active digital presence in all the social medias. Also, we have our own Interact website, interactnepal.org. We frequently post our projects, clubs projects in the website. And the great thing that we are initializing is under the initiation of Zone 2 Interact District 3292, the event named 10 for a Change, where we will be asking for the help, or we will be mobilizing people. That 10 for a Change is that one people will donate at most 10. It's not at least 10, but at most 10 rupees 10 for the development of public toilet in the remote areas in Chitwan. So we are initializing since 2 weeks. It has been 2 weeks that we have initialized the project, and we are getting the nice response from all the interactors, Rotaractors, and also from the local communities also. So these were the events that we have done in Interact District and that we are planning to do. At the end, I would like to thank RI President to be here in Nepal and organizing such a great event for Rotaractors and Interactors along with District Governor Jitendra sir. And all the interactors, I would like to request that all the questions that you have with RI Presidents also, it's a great opportunity that you have been here to meet with RI President. For that, thank you and good luck for your future. Thank you so much.
This is my second time in this beautiful part of the world. The first time that I was here was February 2020, and 2 weeks later, the world shut down. We all had to go into our own homes, we had to retreat, and my goodness, it was a very challenging time for all of us. One of the most incredible silver linings that came out of that, because there was a lot that didn't go well, but one of the positives that came out of that was our ability to be more candid and forthright in our conversations about our own mental health. Our physical health is important, but our mental health was tested in such a challenging and profound way. And I think that one of the things that we know, that I see as I go from country to country, is that Rotaractors, Interactors, this is space that you already understand really well. How to take care of each other. How to be able to look out for each other and say, how are you doing? Understanding that we need to be better when it comes to social media and different ways that we connect. You're doing this in such a brilliant way. And we have so much to learn from all of you. When I say we, I'm talking about our Rotary family. Rotary, Rotarians, Rotaractors, Interactors, the most powerful thing that we can do with each other is cross-mentorship. Because it's not about information coming this way. It's about information coming this way. We need to realize and recognize that we can learn from each other, and we have so much that we can do to harness our potential. In 2020, at the International Assembly, where our district governors go to be trained, it was the first time that we had Rotaractors in attendance. There were 60 that were selected representing different parts of the world. Every day, there would be breakout sessions, and in a typical room, you'd see 20 people sitting around a table, sharing best practices. In each one of those rooms, 2 Rotaractors were placed as well. There was some chitter-chatter in advance. Is this going to work? Is this going to be a good thing? I sat in on one of them just to observe. There was discussion about social media that was going on. And one of the Rotarians made a sort of a flippant comment, well, of course we need Rotaractors to help us with our social media. And one of the Rotaractors put up his hand. And he said, yes, of course we can help you with social media and branding and different things like this. But we're not here just for that. We're here for so much more. And we're here to learn and to share from each other. The conversation switched like that into a very rich discussion about what we all can do together. Recently, someone said to me, you know, Rotaract is our future. And someone spoke up very quickly and said, you know what? That's not true. Rotaract is our now. And I agree with that. I agree with that full-heartedly. If you want something done, give it to a group of Rotaractors or interactors. You know what happens? There's an idea. You have an idea for something, and what do? You jump onto social platforms, you get onto WhatsApp, you do whatever connecting that you do. You come up with ways that you're going to resolve an issue, and you get it done within 2 weeks. You know what we do in Rotary? We form committees, and we have meetings. Lots of meetings. You've already got it done, and we're just trying to figure out what our first step is. We have so much to learn from all of you. 2 weeks ago, I was in Japan, and my husband and I have this incredible privilege. He's not here today, he's out doing another activity. We have this incredible privilege to be able to go to many of our countries where Rotary is represented. So in Japan, I was attending a diversity, equity, and inclusion summit that they were holding. Now, I will tell you, that is one part of our world where our gender balance is most challenged. 7% of the Rotarians in the districts in Japan are women. It's incredibly low. So this diversity, equity, and inclusion summit that they had was really groundbreaking, and I was excited to hear the conversation. And it was interesting because the Rotaractors in attendance, one of them stood up and said, you know, we don't see gender, we see skill. And I thought that was such a brilliant, brilliant observation for the Rotarians who were in the room. The dialogue across the globe is very rich in terms of what our Rotaract future and our Interact future looks like. The governor mentioned that I've been including Rotaractors on several international committees, and I'm so heartened to hear the same is happening here in the district. Thank you for leading the charge in that regard. Yes, it's important. I have taken an opportunity to take spots, positions, roles that have always been held traditionally by Rotarians, and to include Rotaractors at the highest levels of our organization. For example, we have coordinator positions, very coveted positions around the world. One of our Rotary Public Image coordinators from the country of Denmark, I named a Rotaractor. He represents a very large geographical area of several different countries. And when I was there most recently, I can tell you without hesitation, he's probably the best Rotary Public Image coordinator we have in the world. He was on fire. He understood brand, and you understand brand better than many of our Rotary districts because you were brand compliant. You have good use of our brand. That is so critically important because our strength, our superpower is when people recognize who we are and what we do. Can you imagine if McDonald's or Starbucks looked different at every different outlet? It wouldn't have the strength that it does. So our Rotary wheel, we need to make sure that we use it and we use it well. So, this notion of putting different leaders into different positions. So he serves as a public image coordinator brilliantly. Our International Convention Committee. This is probably the most coveted committee in our organization. I put a Rotaractor on. When we have meetings, do you know who brings the best ideas to the table? Ignacio from Chile. He brings great ideas because they're fresh. It's not well, that's not the way we always do it. I've challenged him, not just to think outside the box, break the box, and figure out how to put it back together in a different kind of way that's a little bit better. And that's a challenge to all of you as well, to think of how you can do things differently. We're telling, and I'm telling our Rotary family this as well. We have things that we hold true, that we adhere to, things that are non-negotiable, our core values, the four-way test, the objects of Rotary. These are things that we believe in, but being flexible about how we do things, that is where Rotaract and Interact excel. When you talk about the volume and the number of different projects that you've got going on, you're kicking every Rotary district in the world like right out the door just by the volume of what you're doing and the caliber of what you're doing. This year I've asked you all to imagine, to dream your wildest dreams and to make them a reality. I hope that gives you and helps you unleash the power of your own imagination. There is nothing that I love more than when I get into bed at night or when I wake up early in the morning, that time when you get to lay there and daydream about what you can do. What are the things you want to tackle? The challenges that we see in front of us that we know that we can make a difference. And collectively, as an organization, we make a huge difference in our world. We have started counting Rotaract as part of our global total figure. For years, we've said 1.2 million members, but now we're 1.4. It's going to be very interesting in January when Rotaractors start paying dues for the very first time to begin to quantify the number, to make sure that that 200,000+ number of Rotaractors are real, tangible numbers. And I know here, you guys show up. I know this is going to be an area of the world that we look to as a best practice. So thank you for what you're doing. Thank you for being here today, wanting to engage. And what I want to do more than anything now is to stop talking and to start listening. I want to hear from all of you. I want to hear about the things that you think are important for Rotaract. I want you to tell me things that you think I should know. I want you to ask questions. I'll answer any question, whether it's about Rotary or something personal as well, because we're all in this leadership journey together. And it doesn't matter about our age. It really should matter about who we are as individuals and how we can be the best that we can be to each other. I met an interactor in Australia, Peter, and he said to me, Jennifer, if you want responsible children, you need to give them responsibilities. I think we can substitute the word children out. If you want responsible Rotary family members, you need to give them responsibilities. And I hope that that's something that you take to heart as you're planning the different things that you do, making sure that everyone in your club, everyone in your district, has something that they can get their hands tangibly into that helps them to make a difference. And I hope that our newest area of focus, the environment, is something that really resonates with you. I think that for Rotaract and Interact, one of the things that you excel at in such a really good way is being cause-based, seeing an issue and jumping on it, taking care of it, and moving on. We know from all of the different cleanup projects and different things like that that are going on, this is space where you're really able to make a big difference. And we have a huge voice in our world. And our world needs us right now because, quite candidly, our planet's a little broken. And you're a generation that's going to help us fix it. We need your voices, and we need you to be the best that you can be. So thank you, every single one of you, for being leaders in our organization. We bring leaders in, and we make better leaders. And I hope that each and every one of you feels that little sense of growth inside of you, knowing that you can be the best that you can be. So I'm going to come down on the floor. Governor, I may be destroying your plan, but I'm going to come down on the floor because I want to walk out in the middle of the room and I want to talk to you guys. I want to hear what you have to say, and I want to engage with you a little bit more. So I see there's a microphone at the back of the room already, so thank you for anticipating that I was going to do this. And Governor, you give me the amount of time that we have and you let me know when we need to wrap up, but I'm going to jump in. Okay, so who wants to tell me first and foremost why you were glad to be an interactor or a Rotaractor? Hands up, somebody who wants to tell me why this is something that means something in your life. All right, I see a hand over here at the front. I'm coming to you. I'm gonna just need to scoot here through a little bit, sorry. Thank you. All right, Rotaractor or interactor?
Hi, thank you so much, and first of all, I'd like to welcome you to our Nepal, and we are really grateful to have you here as well. In regards to your question, why am I proud to be a Rotaractor and Rotarian at a time? So I am a girl who belongs to super typical Nepali family where we are not allowed to speak loud in Nepal, or let's say in a typical society. So I was very shy, very least talkative, and I was really afraid to talk to people, but now I could see a huge mass around me and I'm like actually talking without C-reading. So yeah, that's why I am very proud to have a prefix in front of my name, that's Rotaract Rotary in Junapun. It's been a year that I have been enrolled in Rotary. So the exposure, the networking, the people I get to meet every day, the opportunities that are knocking the door of my place, and of course the guidance that we receive from the Rotaractors and the Rotarians, and also the things that we can actually learn from the Interact leaders. I actually call myself a very proud Rotaractor and Rotarian at a time. Yeah, thank you so much.
That is so brilliant. That is so brilliant. I love everything that you just said. And that could be a testimonial commercial for Rotary right there in one. So who else has something they want to share with you? Right here, okay. I don't think we're hearing that microphone.
I will not be taking much of your time.
We can hear you now.
First of all, as an interactor, I think like every second student, I was introduced to Interact because we could bunk our classes. I joined Interact because we could bunk our classes, we could play at the meeting. In the name of meetings, we used to have tea parties with our friends. But working with Interact and working with Rotary and with Rotaract, the one thing I have got is like we have got friends from different places, from our places, we have got to know our friends well before. We did not know how much our friends were capable of doing, how much our juniors were capable of doing. As a school prefect, I got the opportunity to join Interact and work with our juniors also.
Excellent. And
I will say one thing. I am not your fan, but I respect you a lot because fans like people and I respect you.
Thank you very much. I love your honesty as well.
What I'd like to say is we are from Nepal's Medical College. We are medical students and doctors, and the courage of coming here with a team of like 11 members by traveling 17 hours of bus just to attend this program, so that the confidence and that courage is what I have got from the Rotaract. So, and besides that, we have come here with the ideas also, and in the medicals, as our college, where I being the first charter president of our college, Rotaract of Nepal's Medical College, and in our college, the environment was not much supportive, but despite that, we have been able to inspire more than 100 of medical students to be Rotaractors. And we also like to talk on the medical waste management issue, like our we have our Dr. Pragya Gautam, who has been supporting us this entire journey. And I would like to
I have been there, though I reside, my home is in Kathmandu. I'm very far from my home. It's the western region of Nepal, where we are quite close to the natural habitat. You may have heard of the tigers coming and attacking the community. We are from that community. So just from small medical college about 1999 to the 2022, we are thousands of people there, more than 30,000 in that small town, fast growing town. So I became a professor, I was a medical student, I have thousands of students who are here with me today, 11 of them right from Nepalganj just to attend the program. What I see is there's nothing regarding the medical waste management. So there's a great program by Mission Life India, about 500 participants. We just did that program last Saturday, and we would just be interested in medical waste management. I think that would build our earth. We have done lots to the community, so we also want to do something for our mother. Thank you,
That's so wonderful.
I'm very glad to meet you, and thank you so much for coming Nepal. So my question is, when you began your career and got involved in Rotary many years ago, did you have any plans to become RI president and lead a family of 1.4 million people?
I will be really honest, when I joined Rotary, it was 1996, and I was not thinking about whether or not this would happen. I joined my club because I was interested in making a difference in my community. But the more that I was made aware of opportunities, first becoming the club president, and then serving as a district governor, and then taking on other challenges, I started to see the opportunities. And to become a president of our organization, you have to have served on our international board of directors. And so we've only ever had a handful of women in that capacity. So I started to think about it when I was sitting on the board that, yes, maybe I do need to step forward. And the largest reason for that was to break down barriers for other women as well. I'm a big champion of the right people being part of our organization, regardless of gender. But I do believe we have a lot of work to do in bringing more women in and making sure that they have more opportunities. So I stepped forward to make sure that others can look forward and say, if she can do it, maybe I can too. So I hope that is something that means something to other people. So thank you for the question. I appreciate that.
Yes.
I'm in Rotaract, the District Secretary of Inter District 92, and nice to meet you, ma'am.
Very nice to meet you too.
So, as you have talked earlier that you've traveled so many districts and met so many Rotaractors and Interactors. So, as an RI president, what do you think is one of the things that Interact should improve, Interact or Rotaract should improve in their upcoming years?
Okay, so what was it that Interact can do to improve in the coming years? Oh, wonderful. You know what? I'm going to ask this whole line of people to disperse because we're blocking everyone from being able to see what's going on. It's the gift of friendship. And, when we're able to be with people that we like being with, and coming up with ideas on how we can do things together, it just makes it fun. I mean, that's what, I'll come to you next. That's what makes us want to show up to our meetings, that we get to be with people. So when we're looking around our clubs, look around your circle of friends. Are they also joining you in this? Have you given them the gift of asking them, do they want to be part of this? Do they want to be part of doing something in their community, in your school, or even a big project in the world? So I would say making sure that you look out to see that your friends are part of it. Because a lot of times we look past them and we just think about, okay, who's in our club and that's who we're interacting with. But you could bring more people in if you think about those who are closest to you. So I hope that helps. Okay, thank you.
Being an RI president, you are definitely very busy. So how do you manage your time with your family and your professional life and take Rotary along with you?
Oh, that's a big question. That's the question about life balance. And I will tell you that my life is not balanced right now. There are times when your life is not sometimes balanced. And we need to strive for it. We need to make sure that we're taking time for our physical health, our mental health, making sure, that we respond to things, take care of things. I got up extra early this morning so I could have a call on FaceTime with my parents back in Canada. And so just a chance for us to be able to sit in a not pressure way where I just, I still have my pajamas on. I sat on a couch and just had a chance to gab with them about, here's where I am, this is what I'm doing. It's important to make sure that those around you know how important that they are. But I will say that maintaining correspondence, email, social media, all of those things, it's a challenge. It's a really hard, it's a struggle. So I'm not succeeding on all of those fronts right now, but I am excelling in some other areas where.
Thank you, thank you. Okay, thank you.
Hold on for